Hello, family. Good evening. I wanted to pop in real quick and talk to y'all. My name is Sharita, and I want to be talking to you all tonight about math, teaching math at our children's grade level. Should we do it? Should we focus on, if your child is in fifth grade, should we be at home practicing with them at their grade level, fifth grade level math? If they're in second grade, should we be doing second grade level math, right? Um, if you don't know me, my name is Sharita Morgan. I help, I tutor and coach. I help kids improve behaviorally and academically, and also I help parents improve and grow at home at the same time. So we are growing ourselves and our children at the same time. All right. So why shouldn't we at home? First of all, the summer is a great opportunity to catch up, so to speak. Okay, it's not just vacation time, especially if your child is reading or doing math. We're talking about math today, below grade level. If they struggle during school, then they need to be practicing every day. They're going to practice every day so that it's easy. I'm going to say that again. They're going to practice every day so that it becomes easy, okay? And this is what I tell my students all the time. This is why I work you so hard. This is why I tell my students, you're going to keep doing it until it's easy, okay? So why shouldn't we just be teaching our kids math at their grade level? Well, because a lot of our children, too many of our children, are performing below their grade level when it comes to math. A lot of them don't know the basics in addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, arithmetic. Also, they struggle with word problems, right? And I'm talking about older kids have these issues also, okay? It's really important to assess at home. It's really important to find out what your child knows and where they need to grow, where their weak areas are in math. You'll be surprised. Some things that you think your child knows how to do and they don't. I do assessments all the time. Before my students come into my program, I always do assessment because I want to know exactly what they know, what they don't know. I want to understand how they learn and how they see the math, and what happens when it's challenging. If they shut down, or if they try to withdraw, or if they found ways to get around it or just go through it. I watch all of that. Do that at home with your kids. Do that at home. Find out how they are in math. Find out how they learn in math. And you could do that by giving them math every single day and then asking them to explain how they got their answers, okay? So a lot of our kids are performing below grade level. So we cannot just be teaching them grade level math. We cannot, if you're working at home with your child, or even in teaching too, because I was a teacher, a special education teacher, for 4th, 5th, 6th grade, and I was a resource pullout teacher also. So even teachers, we cannot just be teaching our kids grade level math. They have to be exposed to all levels. So if your child is in the 4th grade, you should be reviewing 2nd grade, 3rd grade. You should be teaching them and having them practice 2nd grade math, 3rd grade math, 4th grade math, 5th grade math, right? If they do good in all of those, go to 6th, okay? Challenge them above their grade level as well. Let me tell you what happens. Because half of this is they're not equipped, and half of it is thinking, mindset, fear of failure, right? Lack of focus. And focus can be affected by their thinking, their mindset, the fear of failure, right? Not having the structure in place, okay? All of this contributes to their difficulty in math, okay? So make sure that we're teaching them at these different levels. So let me tell you what happens. When you teach them below their grade level, okay? So I use the example of a 4th grader, and you're teaching them 2nd grade math. If you even go back to 1st grade, if they can't do get all the answers correct, they need to work on it until they master it. Go to second grade. If they don't have all the answers, they can't understand it, they need to work on it until they master it. Find the holes in their math foundation, okay? So let me give you an example of an older student. I had a middle school student that came to me, and the rest of my class had already went, past this stage. I already worked with them. They mastered that already. They wanted to more complicated math. But she came in and she's supposed to be in that group. So every week, Thursday, at 5:30, 30 minutes before class, I worked with her one-on-one on these basics. She had difficulty with multi-digit addition and subtraction, regrouping. She had difficulty with that, and also multiplication. We worked on it every day, every week, just for those 30 minutes. And she grew so much with those 30 minutes. And then she was fine. She was able to keep up with the class. Now, when kids are older, and you go way back to when they were younger and check on their math from then and start teaching them math from then, they get so excited and they feel so good, right, about it, because this is something that they've been walking around with every single day. I'm in the 8th grade, but I have trouble adding 3-digit numbers. I'm in the 9th grade, but I don't know my multiplication facts. They walk around with this every day, and then they go into a classroom of math. It's math, right? They may be in middle school, they may be in high school, and they struggle because they never learned the basics. So this is why you have to go in ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to give you math problems from every grade level, wherever your span is, wherever you want to start to wherever you want to finish, right? And assess your child on each of those grade levels, and then teach them what they don't know. Have them practice what they don't know. Have them study YouTube videos, right, of what they don't know, what they're missing. Okay, so that's what happens when you teach them below their grade level. When they start to finally get it, they feel so good about themselves. Then what happens when you teach them at grade level and they start to get it? They're like, oh, I can keep up in class now. They get a different level of confidence. Like, I can handle my grade level now, okay? And then when you teach them above their grade level, they're being stretched and challenged at a level that's above, and they really feel good about themselves, right? And at first, they might shy away from it, like, this is more complicated math. I've never done this before. I don't let my students say that. I mean, I didn't learn this in school. My teacher didn't teach me this. And I'm like, I'm not your teacher at school, okay? I shut that down real quick, okay? Because I don't want them to doing all that self-doubt talk, Look at the problem. How do you think you solve it? What do you think is the first step? This is for parents. You see your child giving up as soon as they see the math problem, like, I can't do it. And then you spend a lot of time, teachers too, trying to teach it to them. But they've already given up. If they've already given up and you're spending all that time trying to teach it to them, you're doing a lot of work and it's still not penetrating, because it takes two. And really what you want it to be is mostly them. So what you should be doing, instead of showing them how to do it and then trying to get them to do it afterwards, give it to them. Don't tell them nothing. Don't teach them nothing. I know y'all might disagree with me, but this has worked. I've helped so many kids overcome their math fears and also improve in math, right, over the years. Don't teach them nothing. Just give it to them and say, well, how do you think? Have them do it. And then ask them to explain their answer, how they got their answer, and say, how do you think you do this problem? What was your first step? What should we do first? Now you're doing this class. What should we do first? Right? Have them talk it through. Have them start thinking. Have math conversations. But when you do that and it's above their grade level, things start to click, and they will figure things out. Okay, they will figure things out. And then you will find out what they know and what you will have to teach them. So we have to change things around as a nation. I see us in schools and at home. I see us helping our kids too much, making it easy for them, setting everything up for them so that they can have a guide and they can remember from what you said, and doing things for them. Don't do that. We got to stop doing that. We need our kids to be strong in math. We need our kids to be thinking in math. I call my students math geniuses. I want them to think, okay? So don't do all of that. Don't help them. Only coach them. And coaching means that you help a child get from here or here to here. For that, they have to stretch. You're not just teaching and hoping to sink in. They have to stretch. They have to be with you along the way. It's give and take. They have to think. They have to figure things out. So go through this process, whether you're working with them below their level or above their level or at their grade level. But you need all of them. Do not just teach them at their grade level, because you could be missing out on a lot of skills they should have mastered that are building blocks for their current grade level, and the reason why they're struggling so much right now, because they never mastered it, right? And then teach them above their grade level too, so that when they're in class, they're like, I can handle any challenge that the teacher throws at me. Whatever the teacher put on that board, I'm gonna figure it out. Let me go to okay, let me try to figure that out. Get that pencil moving, get that thinking. It's like a puzzle. Math, it's like solving a puzzle. Okay? Make sure they do that. I also want to give y'all a little tip. This is from mathdrills.com. I've been using this website since I was teaching. I was a teacher. I was a special education. I was a substitute teacher, then a special education teacher. Then I homeschooled my daughter for a few years, and then, after a while, I was a stay-at-home mom for a while, and then I also then I started my tutoring coaching program. I'm thinking I have had many jobs throughout. I'm just trying to talk about the ones that are relevant to teaching tonight. So I've used this website. Superteachers.com I definitely used it when I started teaching. This one I've used for years too. I'm not sure exactly when, but it's called mathdrills.com. Sit your child down for 10 or 20 minutes every day. Print out one of these, or just pull it out up on a computer and have them copy them down, okay? Have them write and have them answer these questions, a whole bunch of them. So what I tell my students is, let's see how many you can get done within this time. Set a timer, and have some urgency with it. There's too much letting the kids set their own pace, too much asking them if they need help or if this is too hard for them, and them thinking they got all the time in the world and then waiting around. No, they got to get on it, set a timer, because that helps them focus. That helps them focus. If they know that a timer is going to go off and you're going to check and see how much they've done, that has them, helps them focus in and get the job done. Not just looking around and taking their time and then getting back to it. None of that mess, okay? So have a sense of urgency about it. Have them work on it every day and see what they know. You can print out all kind of worksheets on there for the different levels. But also, like I said, I recommend go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to create some problems that your child works on and you work throughout the summer, so that and if you guys want me to create it for you, I have a bunch. So if you want me to send you, then just email me, okay? Or just send me a message. Actually, that'd probably be easier. Send me a message and I'll send you something I just created for my middle school group, okay? So that your kids throughout the summer can work on math. Because the last thing you want to do, you don't want your child to start, we don't want our kids to start the school year learning the math in their grade they're going into for the first time. They're seeing it for the first time. Like I said, if our kids weren't struggling so much too many of our children struggling so much in below grade level, then I wouldn't be saying it, right? But there's a lot of kids. If your child is not functioning at grade level in math, and they're struggling, and they need to learn the basics and everything, they are not ready for the school year. They are not ready. If they're going into fourth grade, they're not ready for fourth grade math. So when they go into fourth grade and they have to learn this fourth grade math, and they're seeing it for the first time, that's setting them up. We're setting our kids up for failure when we do that. To be honest, y'all, we're setting our kids up for failure. They're going to have a tough year, and they're not going to learn what they need to learn, and it's going to be a slow process, and they're not going to get it. You understand? But we can put them in a position for them to get it and move forward and excel if we fill in all these gaps from previous grades and then give them a preview. That's what I'm telling my students. My middle school students, I was just talking to them today. I'm giving you a preview of what you're going to encounter in your next grade. So they're already going to be exposed to it. You know how much confidence this is going to give them? They're already exposed to it. They're already working on it. They're already learning it. When they go into school, they'll have a great year. So make sure you set aside time every day for your child to work. Have a plan throughout the summer for them to work, and make sure they put that cell phone down, that iPad down, and playing and hanging out all day, not doing nothing. Yay, I'm enjoying my summer. Deep down inside, if your child is struggling and below grade level, their confidence is just suffering every day. They don't feel good about themselves. So yeah, they're going to want to lay around because that's their comfort zone, and they become comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? So yeah, they're going to chill out, but that doesn't mean that that's what's best for them. And sometimes as parents, our job is to make sure our kids do something they don't want to do, but it's what's best for them. It's going to help solve a problem that they have that they don't know how to solve. So we got to get tougher, y'all. They don't know how to solve this problem. These problems, some of these problems that our kids have, they don't know how to solve it. So they need us to put them in position. They need us to put structure around them. We need us to be like, this is what you're going to do. Let's go. Get it done. And then they'll be in a much better position, and they'll feel so much better about themselves and be more successful in school. So, all right. That's what I want to talk to y'all about tonight. Let's see how long. I went 17 minutes. I tried to do 10 minutes. Also, my summer program, tutoring coaching program is in full swing. We really are intense during the summer because I want my students to go to school with a boost, be ahead of the game. So during the summer, we are working. They still having their summer, but when they come to my class, it's time to work. That's why you got to use the bathroom before class, no eating in class. Be prepared when you come to class, have everything ready. Because and don't be getting up because you're going to lose points, so that you can focus and get everything out of class. The class is an hour. I need 100% focus on my class during that hour, okay? So if you're looking for a tutor that will help your kids improve behaviorally and academically at the same time, develop a champion mindset and have them be ready, and have them grow tremendously over the summer. So when they go into the next grade, they're not behind the train running after it like they've been doing every single year and having an unsuccessful school year. They will feel more confident, they'll be more equipped, and then I will support them throughout the school year also, so they can just keep getting better and better. That's how we do it here at the Unlimited Growth Institute. All right? Love y'all so much. Thank you for hanging. I'll see you all soon. Again, my name is Sharita Morgan. Don't forget to click like and click share. Let's get ourselves together this summer. We got this. Believe in yourself, believe in your child, and always remember that growth is unlimited. Peace.